look how happy I am. Look how pissed Eat is. It's like a contrast. Anyways, begin.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Quick introduction. My name is Quasi.
Janelle.
Fundo.
And welcome to Minority Chasers. We started this off like a little while ago, honestly, when we decided to all come together, improve the Discord, and just make it a bigger trading community. And now we're all here. This is going to be episode 1 of Minority Chasers. How we came out with Minority Chasers, kind of a long story. We all started chasing stocks at one point. It became a disease, and now we're watching everybody else chase AMC and Gamestop. So it's kind of funny in its own sense, but yeah, that's where we're at now. Real quick, follow our Instagram. It's All Money Invested, All Money INV. We post a lot of content on there. You'll find weekly reviews. We'll post some plays on there. We'll post news on there. Everything on there is relevant information. Invite people to the Discord, more and more people. Now that you see our faces and know who we are, it'll be easier to communicate with us and definitely engage more in the Discord. And we love you guys. So first thing we got to start off with, I think this goes without saying. I got to ask you guys, what are you guys thinking about GameStop and AMC and this whole madness? Like, give me something.
I don't know, man. I think it's just like, it's definitely gotten out of hand, bro. Like, I think, don't get me wrong, I respect the Wall Street movement, Wallstreetbets and what they're trying to do, and they're 100% right and everything, but I think it is getting a little out of control now. And I know a lot of people, when they hear me say that, they're going to say, I'm a suit. Yeah, and I get it. Like, for people that don't know, suits are like people who like work at Wall Street and all that. But I think for like us, just for GameStop to have a $500 share level now, I think it's just too much.
Right. Let's just take it back, because I feel like most people are getting hit to what's happening now, and what happened on Monday. So this started back probably 3-4 weeks ago, and it started on Wallstreetbets, but there was Andrew Left. Hate that guy, by the way. But he shorts a lot of stocks. He's a big short seller. He goes on Twitter and saying he's going to announce his huge short on GameStop, and he's going to send it back down to $20. At the time, GameStop had ran from $18 to $45. And there's this guy on Wallstreetbets. His name is Deep Value. And he had GameStop calls for a while, going all the way back to last year. And he was saying all these hedge funds are shorting GameStop. It's basically vultures eating the last pieces of deer or whatever. So he gets all these kids on Wallstreetbets, which is about, at the time before any of this had blown up, Wallstreetbets was 2 million people. Right now, it's probably 4 to 5 million people.
And growing.
Yeah, they're an army. Like, they're absolutely not stopping.
Yeah.
So they buy up all of GameStop, send the price up, and now all these hedge funds are mad. I mean, how crazy is that? Like, that a bunch of kids, pretty much, I would say 70% don't know how to trade. They're just retail investors. And now they're really sticking it to the man.
You said it, 14-year-olds trading, bro. It's just crazy.
I kind of have a neutral stance on this. I do lean towards like the retail investors in a way, because I think it's finally time that us retail investors have like had a voice. But I think it's interesting how many people are getting involved in investing. I know people are going to get hurt. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to lose money, because I don't know how this ends. Just think about like how many people are getting into investing in general. I know for all of us, like once we started investing, we kind of got into that frugal mindset. So I'm kind of curious, like, how people's lifestyles change over time. They continue with the spending culture, or do they live a more frugal life, and what that does to the economy, the economic impacts, and sort of that cycle down the next 10 years.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point, because we really don't know how it's going to end. Because Monday, if you were in GameStop on Monday when it ran to 159 and it came back down to 90, if you were any normal person, you'd have been like, this is done. Like, this is overextended. Yeah. And then AMC comes in the picture on Tuesday, and you're just like, what is going on? And then all of a sudden, GameStop is $300. Like, at this point, none of us know how this is going to end. And that's the crazy part about it, too.
I think the big question is regulation, you know? Is the government going to take a stance and say, like, hey, we're going to regulate this so, you know, retail investors can get an advantage? And then what is that going to look like, especially to the Biden presidency that's trying to say, like, we're sticking up for the common person, common man. And if the common man right now is trying to invest and, you know, move the stock market, I don't know. We'll just have to see what type of backlash that could lead to.
Exactly. Like, you bring that up, which is a good point. We got to talk about Robinhood, man. what is going on with that app, yo? It's crazy because if you're a new trader, the first broker everyone's going to refer to you to is Robinhood. It's so easy. It's very colorful. And that's like even my dad uses Robinhood. I tried to get him on Webull, and he was not a fan because he said it was too complicated. Like Robinhood's just very easy, very colorful, perfect for the newest trader on the block, and that's what everybody flocks to. And now they're limiting the shares that people are buying. To give a little backtrack, it had to do with clearing firms not being able to give them shares, not being able to sell them shares because they couldn't cover the cost that sellers were selling back to Robinhood. But at the same time, they're really holding back a common retail investor. And like you guys said, like it's actually become a culture where people are just going to start buying things just to stick it to the man.
Yeah, but I don't think this ends anytime soon. This is going to be like a trend that's going to just carry on. Like people are going to start chasing Wall Street bets. Regardless of what happens, they're going to keep going, bro. It's like a culture. It's a cult now at this point.
I mean, we all chasing, right?
Yeah, we all minority chasers. We all chase. Yeah.
Exactly, minority chasers. But I guess chasing is in the majority now.
No, but what Robinhood did is completely criminal, and the CEO and anybody else who like was part of that decision making should be in jail. Like that is completely messed up what they did to their own investors. Like I just don't know.
I had a bad experience with it on Wednesday. I had American Airlines call option, and I was up like your whole 200%. Yeah, due to the shutdown, due to the system error, whatever, I got locked out. I couldn't like sell whatever because of the situation. So I just feel like Robinhood has to do something about it. I feel like they should probably return us some profit because when the system got back, I was able to sell around 96%, which was like it was messed up because they took away my profit. They have to understand all this money, like these are pains, like this we really have to get a job, to be able to invest in the stock market. We have to get a job. This money like we suffer to work for, like to invest in the stock market. If they're gonna create a platform that's free for everyone, I feel like it should be at the top because there's no reason why you should create a platform and have a system error that people can sell, people can buy. It's not really good because as a free market, we have to be able to trade. Everyone has to be able to trade. If that's your goal, they can't be out there talking about their goal for everyone to be able to, is to give everyone the ability to trade, to do options, to do stocks. Meanwhile, at the end of the day, they come back to put a limitation and to also create all the disaster.
Very hypocritical.
Yeah.
I mean, he also brings up a point there too, where not only was there misprofit, but there was also some serious losses taken from a lot of people, and the fact that they didn't allow people to. I never chased GME or AMC, so because I knew this situation was just not going to be good. But I heard that people can buy or sell at a certain point, and they would just watch GME go down, and some people had call options for a certain level, and then they just watched it go down like $1 million just right there. That's painful to watch. $1 million is a lot of money. So
yeah, bro. Robinhood really just shot themselves in the foot with that one. Like I think not letting people buy it, but letting people sell it was just bad publicity. It's gonna cost them. That's gonna cost them big time. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but class action lawsuit in New York that was filed recently. So I don't know what's gonna happen. FINRA regulations, SEC regulations. We'll see what happens.
And it's crazy too because you have politicians like you go on Twitter this week, and let's just say you haven't been on Twitter since the election, and you see Ted Cruz and AOC agreeing on the same thing. You probably think like you were chirping or something. Like it was just crazy. Like everybody was uniting for just a common cause against Robinhood, and it just shows the kind of times we're in. Never in my life would I think I'll log on to Twitter and everybody's going against like a certain stockbroker.
It's our money.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst part about Robinhood for this, it's because they probably had some politics going on between them and Citadel Capital and Melvin, but they're supposed to IPO this year, and that's not a good look. If you're an investor now, that's on the table. Like, do you want to put your money into Robinhood now after all that happened? It's just
that is a serious question. Like what will happen on their IPO?
I really hope people just short the shit out of it. That'd be so
I,
ironic. It would be hilarious, bro.
Oh
They
man.
might be scared to bring the IPO. They might be scared to go public due to the circumstances situation. So I don't think they might. I don't think the IPO is gonna go through. I don't even think so. But who knows? I
I don't
mean,
even
they
think
might.
I don't think the company should go through anymore. I think it should be just done now.
Robin
Yeah, destroy that company, bro. Oh gosh.
But you can't destroy them because, like you said,
people always come
they
back.
value cost. They want the investors to invest in Dogecoin. So it's a
Yeah.
situation where I don't think people gonna believe in Robinhood anytime soon unless you have other platform like Weeble, City Trade, whatever they decide to add Dogecoin to the platform. That will give investor the ability for them to move from Robinhood to other platforms. So I don't think
Mm.
that will be happening anytime soon.
Yeah, and that's also brings up the point of the culture of just buying stocks now. I remember this very clearly. We were on Voice on Monday, and I said all it's going to take is for Elon Musk to tweet something, and GameStop is going to shoot right back from 100 to like 300. And it was crazy too because I had bought puts right as I said that. And he tweets it, and my puts just instantly just fell, and I was like, "There's no way, there's no way this just happened."
That was
But
hilarious.
yeah, he tweets about Doge. He tweeted some picture about a dog on a Vogue cover, and boom, Dogecoin was just up like three, what was it, like 40, 50 cents.
No, not 40. It was like it was 10. It was almost 10 cents from the 0.001 levels.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but it's scary because like I get it, it's a joke and everyone loves Elon Musk and he's like one of the few voices of the stock market. But I don't really enjoy this era because literally you look in the description of Dogecoin and it says it's a joke, it's a meme, all that stuff. People are putting all their money in it because Elon Musk said it must go up. And I don't like this era of just saying we're gonna put money into stocks because it's funny.
exactly.
It's
exactly.
it's just getting I don't know. I don't really get but at the same time I see the other lens because there's so many people who want to get in the stock market who don't have that much money and this is like the opportunity for them to just like get so much capital off of something so stupid as well.
No.
Yeah,
And
so
I think he posted the screenshot of that one kid that wanted to put 5K of his dad's social security account into Dogecoin, and I was sitting there like, wow,
Also
if
to
my kid had
the
done that, bro. Oh man,
Wallstreetbets just raised the Dogecoin from $1 to 100. It just raised the price. I
wait,
just
that's
got
their
the news
price
right
though?
now.
oh,
They just raised the price from $1 to 100.
Bro, if they raise that price to $100, so many people will become billionaires.
yeah,
Right.
jeez.
And for Jimmy, I don't think anytime soon Jim will be going down since like Elon Musk tweeted. He said if Jimmy can go to 1,000, he gonna put on the spaceship. He's gonna put on the ship, whatever the
Yeah.
spaceship.
Oh, SpaceX? Yeah.
It's like so basically. I don't think Jim is going to be going down anytime soon because people want to see that because, like you say, if someone go on Twitter to tweet something, we know who Elon Musk is. He has so endless subscribers. I mean followers on Twitter. So he basically like he might just by him posting that, by him tweeting that, he caused people to just pump Jimmy and they're probably gonna pump Jimmy to 1,000. I won't be surprised.
Thing like it's literally a war right now against retail and short sellers because short sellers haven't covered their shares and retail sellers aren't willing to sell their shares. So it's kind of interesting, like what's going to happen going forward.
you have all these you go on Wall Street Bets, and I guarantee you the first thing you'll see is hold the line, and I'm just like these guys.
Yeah.
Like they'll buy it at these high, insane prices. One guy bought 16K at $370. And I was like, bro, there's no way. Like this one was 126 yesterday. Like, and they'll be telling people to hold the line. I'm like, wow. It takes incredible resolve just to play with your money like that.
I'm kind of impressed with their discipline to be able to hold it even like throughout the week. If I saw profit, I would have sold it. I would have been like, I'm out. Yeah.
Some of these Wall Street Bets guys are not like average people. Some of them are like multi-millionaires as well.
Yeah,
so 16,000 to them isn't that much money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they're just taking all these like little traders here and there, those even in our Discord earlier this morning, there was a bunch of people asking, guys, let's hold GME and AMC to the moon. I'm like, fam, you are in the wrong Discord. Relax, bro.
Go to Wall Street forums, bro. We're not here for that.
Come on.
I do think it's going to end in tears. MSNBC has always made the statement that it's going to end in tears. And I do think it will end in tears. The question is just like, who's going to be the one crying in the end?
Yeah.
Speaking of MSNBC, Shamath, man, he was blazing this week.
CNBC? CNBC.
Oh,
yeah.
CNBC.
Oh, CNBC. I'm so sorry. I said MSNBC, didn't I? Yeah.
No, this man went off, bro. He went off. Shout out to Chamath. That
He's
man
one of those few billionaires that actually speaks out for the people, bro.
Yeah.
Portnoy was on there, and Portnoy, I kind of follow Barstool a little bit, but if Portnoy gets on something, it will take off immediately. He has that kind of power and presence on social media because that whole Barstool gang, oh man, they're crazy. If there's one of the guys, his name is Big Cat. You go on his Twitter, and they're just memeing the whole time, but people are actually buying the stocks while they're memeing. So the buying culture is absolutely toxic. Absolutely toxic.
But I see, like, you see that, and you just like you really think the government's just gonna let this continue going on? Like, this is a lot of money people are playing with, bro. Like, from Wallstreetbets, we saw someone flipped 50K to what, 22 million on GME, and at some point, like, is at the government, you're just like, all right, we get it. Like, they're trying to show hedge funds like you can't be in control, but do you call that market manipulation? I don't know, because like they knew that the stock was going to go crazy because other people were going to pump it, and they had that influence, that power to pump it. So I don't
think it's considered manipulation because it's open information on the internet. So, I mean, a lot of these Redditors are protected somewhat by their freedom of speech. And they did it pretty openly. Like, it wasn't behind any closed doors. It wasn't any malicious intent. They took advantage of a potential trading opportunity. Same thing as any one of us would have done if we saw an opportunity.
I think that's what makes all these hedge funds and all these big time news outlets. I think that's what really makes them mad because they look at this situation and they're trying to find little potholes, little illegal stuff here and there going on. They try to shut down Wallstreetbets. Then Discord comes after their own Discord. And then Robinhood starts limiting shares. So they're trying to find little illegal things here and there. But this is just something that just happened because shorts were taking advantage of something that was already beaten down. And you look at it and you think about the kind of environment we're in with COVID. And AMC and GameStop were done. I mean, to begin with. You really think about it, everybody that's banded up has done more for AMC and GameStop than the government has. And that's crazy to think about. GameStop is worth like what, $10 billion now? They could cash out at any point and restructure some of their stores and merge with somebody or do something with that kind of money. Like
which is weird that they have not done it yet.
Yup.
Yeah, that's kind of sketchy. So I think I think they're already leading into bankruptcy.
I just don't know why they've not called for an offering.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me.
I thought they were going to drop an offering at some time. AMC should definitely drop an offering. I mean, the use of movie theaters are kind of extinct now, and with streaming services like all online, I think they're probably going to become a dinosaur soon. You see like Fubo and Tubi and all these like little streaming services. They're probably going to have movies.
I don't know about that because I was reading around and AMC or Jeff Bezos was thinking about buying AMC, and he was actually trying to like enhance the movie theater experience. Like, I don't know if you ever had those like sit down experience at the movie theaters, like in a bed.
Yeah.
So he was trying to do a similar thing, but like make it more of like an Amazon feel. So I think it could just be like going to a movie theater would be like more of a luxury more than just a pastime. So it's just maybe they just have to adapt in that way for AMC.
Oh,
yeah, it could be like a industry that evolves rather than just goes out of business. Like I could see Amazon taking over AMC, and then if people have Amazon Prime memberships, they have Amazon Originals. They can exclusively stream or show Amazon Prime media on like those theaters. You know what I mean? Like they can have exclusive services, products. I could see that happening.
Yeah, kind of like how like the drive-through experience got taken away. I think this is just another example of like the movies theater experience adapting.
Yeah,
those are actually very good points. I didn't even look at it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's still gonna keep going up too. It's not stopping.
Yeah. Yeah, we almost chased today. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at it and I'm like, if this joint hit 60, oh.
No, I didn't even look at chasing GameStop when I saw their options was 50K. I just looked. I looked at my portfolio and I called it a day. But AMC, I saw it and I'm like, this looks chaseable, but it goes up a couple dollars and comes back down. I remember Keo was telling me the story, how Robinhood was down and he was up. I think it was like, I don't know how much he was up, but he lost 3K because of the whole Robinhood shortage, chasing AMC. And I know there's more crazy stories out there. You just got to go on stocktwits.com. You'll find it.
Jeez, bro, that's crazy. I just like, to the viewers. If you're chasing AMC and GME, just have an exit plan. That's all I gotta say. Just be careful. It's a risky, dangerous thing. I've heard the first term of gamma gravity with GameStop, and I didn't even know that existed. But just be careful, everyone.
Stock twits is a disease.
Good time. All right, we got to come back to our boy Elon real quick. What are you guys thinking about Bitcoin and digital currencies in the future now? Because Bitcoin was one of the low-key sneaks that was picking up earlier, towards the end of the week now. And then he officially endorsed it by putting in his Twitter bio. Is this something that's kind of like he's going along with a joke, or is there something really behind this?
I think before Elon in the past was very skeptical. He never was skeptical about Bitcoin, but he just didn't think it could ever be used in the financial system. From some videos I watched of him on YouTube, and I think now he's just realizing, like, what his tweet today said, it was inevitable, I believe, right? Yeah, so he's just recognizing, like, everyone's gonna probably use Bitcoin as a reserve and all that. So I think he saw this coming. We all saw this coming, but it's just a lot of people right now don't believe in the future of Bitcoin. Still have faith in the dollar, but I think it's the end of the dollar soon. Everybody.
About that tweet, I don't know if he was referencing GME and the short squeeze, or if he was referencing Bitcoin. So but I think Bitcoin's here to stay. It's been here for almost a decade now. So it's gonna go to zero, and yet over time it's just gone up. So I don't think it's going anywhere. If anything, I think it's gonna be a global reserve, something that everyone values, that they can put their money into and be assured that they have some sort of purchasing power, some sort of store wealth, just like gold. But it's digital. You could take it anywhere with you.
But the question is, like, is it going to be to the level, like, where it's been written about like a decentralized network? I can't imagine any government wanting to give up full control.
Well, I mean, they can't really do anything about it. That's the power of the internet. They can't really get rid of it. I mean, they could regulate it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can prevent people from buying it. Like, they can regulate Coinbase and stuff. But what we fail at doing, I think another country will take advantage of. Like, our failures are someone else's opportunities, right?
Yeah.
So if we ban, the same thing would happen in China. They banned Bitcoin with Bitcoin mining and stuff. They just popped up in a different country. All the other Asian countries around China are like mining Bitcoin.
Wow.
So it's kind of like that whack-a-mole, right? You whack it, pops up somewhere else. You can't really get rid of it.
Yeah.
And the community behind like Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general are like really sophisticated people. I still don't understand like Bitcoin to the full extent, but it's very detailed and complex and intricate.
I know E can attest to this, but like even the technical analysis for Bitcoin, it has never made any sense to me at all. Like, you find levels of support at every time, and it just either breaks or just like bounces up and goes all the way back to all-time highs. I don't even know.
Bitcoin's unreadable. You can't read the charts.
Can't.
I
It's
think
not the stocks.
I think that has more so to do with the fact that it's still like a free marketplace where it's not really controlled by algorithms and technical analysis, more so supply and demand. So I don't think like technical analysis would fit until like you see more algorithmic trading and stuff like that. So we're gonna have like big ups and downs, supply and demand, and as we know, people are just irrational and just be chasing, they dumping. Those should be
But
up and down.
you know what's the crazy thing about it? There is still people out there that do not believe in crypto. They're really still, they're going to be left behind. And like, I have a few friends I've talked to, and they're just so skeptical in buying Bitcoin, Ethereum. They're like, they're price movements are so erratic. I just don't know. And I'm like, I understand that. It's not experimental phase, but like still like what would you call it? Like the baby steps for it, I guess, for the Bitcoin. So
I think it just
I
takes
don't know.
time.
Like you said what?
I feel like it just takes time. Like
Yeah.
same thing with like Tesla and just for people to understand Tesla. People thought it was like a failing company, right?
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, look what happened. So I think the same thing is going to happen with Bitcoin. Right now, there might be a lot of doubters, but over time, it's still going to be here to stay. I think we need
So you
something
just
that the government, big institutions don't control. Like that's
yeah.
something we should all have. If the government's like able to ban buying gold, like they can't ban us from buying Bitcoin. It's decentralized.
Yeah.
Right. So at what point does the government step in and say, "Hey, we're going to create our own crypto-backed dollar"?
The day that people start losing faith in the American dollar is the day they'll probably scoop in like. Well, they've already started creating like looking into creating a digital dollar.
Yeah, it was introduced when the first stimulus package dropped. I think Nancy Pelosi proposed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've already
So
started. I think they're probably going to reach out to the private sector, and more so, I think Facebook and the Libra Association. Well, they changed the name, but I don't think the government's able to do it by themselves. Like they have to reach out to the private sector.
it could be Facebook. I don't know. There's a lot of people that could do it. The rumor is that Elon Musk created it, Bitcoin.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
It was created by some Japanese guy.
No, it's so the name is Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah.
But the Satoshi Nakamoto is an alias name because he's currently located in England. And so everyone was just like, okay, he's Japanese, but he's located in England and has lived in England all his life. So there's a huge backstory that like we could get into like another time, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who created it. All I know is it's pretty unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know too much about Bitcoin. I know Ethereum's the one everybody's going to jump on because they feel like it's cheaper and it's going to be the next Bitcoin. But it looks like where we're headed especially after this whole debacle this week, it looks like Bitcoin might be the future very, very soon. Very, very soon.
I've made a bold prediction, and people may judge me for this real hard, but if civil unrest continues in America at this level, I believe the dollar is going to die soon. I won't put a year on it, but I can see it happening.
DGLY.
Don't worry, GameStop will bring us all together.
GameStop will save the United States.
Who would have thought?
I'll take the other side of that argument. I don't think that the dollar's going to die. I think it's always going to be around. It might be worth less, but I don't think it's going to die.
I think there has to continue to be civil unrest. Otherwise, if there's none, I retract my statement. I retract it so bad.
You're praying for chaos?
No, we're not praying for chaos, but like obviously, like the United States right now is not in the best spot. It's right, like it's ever been. Like I think I read an article. Some political analyst says the country is as divided. It's the only thing that's comparable to this level of division is the Civil War.
Right.
Yeah. So I'd imagine if like the United States just keeps on attacking each other. Like I saw there was an early address from Homeland Security that said they're expecting some domestic terrorists to attack areas because of they still believe that the election was rigged and everything. So imagine that type of stuff continues to grow. Like like what country in the right mind is going to continue to say the U.S. dollar is doing all right? But we'll see. Like I said, I could be wrong. It's a bold claim to make, but we'll see.
I was looking at the GME chart for
Yeah.
30 minutes, bro. I just feel like this jump might reach $700 by the end of next week.
Oh my god.
Yo, that uptrend is serious though. It don't look like it's going back down anytime soon.
It doesn't.
Yeah, that's my price tag.
Don't we have like foreign people like? Don't worry, guys. We'll buy GME for you guys.
South Africans right now
Yeah.
currently are
I
supporting.
think it was China too. There's some people from China.
Bro.
Rare. You have Canada. I don't know where I saw it, but I saw some people was like, "Don't worry, guys. We're pumping. Like we're holding, bro. We're holding. Like we're on the line. We're holding the stock." So basically, I just feel like, I feel like GME might reach $700. That's my price target for by the end of next week.
Before my computer decides betray me briefly, we're about to get right back into big tech. And actually, this was supposed to be the story of the week because you had some of the biggest earnings, possibly for Q1. Earlier in the week, you had AMD, Johnson and Johnson, Verizon, Navient, and then Wednesday was the really big day because you have Boeing, you have AT&T, you have Anthem, you have Facebook, Whirlpool, ServiceNow, Levi's, Tesla, Facebook, and Apple. So, of the ones I mentioned, Tesla, Facebook, and Apple obviously would be the three big giants that were supposed to. Let's backtrack a little bit. Let's not forget Nancy Pelosi bought calls in December.
1 million.
Up on that big.
Betting on which one was it? I think it was Apple and Tesla.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Tesla and Apple. And then Tesla misses earnings, but I mean they're still good on guidance. Apple beats earnings. I mean, Apple had 100 billion quarter, beats earning, crushes revenues and sales, and then the stock price drops from 144 and now it's at 137. Can someone explain to me what is going on?
Obviously, the Robinhood did play an effect of like the volume not being met as much. I was very surprised about Tesla not meeting earnings at all. Like, I think that's like the first time I've never seen them not meet expectations. And like they've been like very consistent, like quarter after quarter. And I think it's also just time, just that Tesla, like the valuation of Tesla is just too much. I think it's just time that it drops. So I'm kind of glad they missed expectations. Apple, I don't have too much of a reason to say why that happened. Like anybody else can try and tackle that situation right now.
Hey, bro, I had Apple call. I had Apple call and Tesla call, thinking they were gonna beat earnings. I don't know why Tesla beat earnings at the same time decided to go down the drain from 848 all the way to 784.
Tesla did not beat earnings though.
No, Apple beat earnings.
Yeah, Apple beat earnings.
Yeah. Apple beat earnings went from 141 to 131. It just like it made me just think about like what is actually going on. Like, should we stop buying? Like, does the number don't matter no more? Like, what is the point of the earnings if the stock doesn't go up? What's the point if they beat earnings then the stock doesn't go up?
Yep.
So it just made me realize, like, I feel like Wallstreetbets, they probably did the right thing just to be chasing, pumping all the stocks, because if the numbers can make the stock to go up, what else can make the stock to go up?
Yep.
So if you beat the earnings, I expect you as a stock, I expect you to go up, not to go down. So I don't know, bro. I don't know at this point in time. I don't really understand the situation going on right now. That's all I have to say, bro.
It's very because the textbook says, and going by just how like it is, like you beat earnings, your stock prices go up, you're more valuable. And so what I actually did last night was right before market closed yesterday, I bought a bunch of puts on earnings. So I bought puts for Northrop Grumman, Visa, Lilly, and I think I had AMD, right? I had the AMD one. So all of these companies beat earnings, and my puts printed for 2 out of the 4 of them, which made no sense. Like it made no sense as to why I was making money and the stock price was falling, and these companies are out here beating earnings. It's just like a value that's just not relevant to measuring the company anymore. Like, what do you guys think about that?
Experienced so much pain with this when I first started investing because I thought it was an easy game, but there actually is a lot more to just beating earnings than the stock price for responding to that. So, like, first off, the stocks ever since like the market crash and the stimulus news, everything's already ran up, right? So you had all of the future earnings already priced into the stock. So even
Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla. It was anything that people knew that was going to beat earnings just ran up like insanely. So that was already priced in. People already like in earnings for probably the next 2 quarters, not even the next quarter. Apple trading at 40 times earnings is like historically high. It usually trades around 15, 16, and given the like current circumstances, I would say like 20 with the money printing, but 40 is it's kind of high. So a lot of stuff was already priced in. So with Quasi, what happened with yours was which two beat or which two of those like printed, which two failed?
So Visa didn't hit. Lily hit, and then what was the other one? I just said it.
These are all
Oh,
puts.
North. Yeah, these are all puts.
So Visa printed, North Group printed. Which one didn't want go?
Oh no, Visa didn't print.
Okay.
Northrop and Lilly printed, and then the other one was
AMD.
AMD, yeah, AMD.
That one went down.
Yeah, that one went down.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of okay. So I think a lot of people don't look at the actual earnings report, and they don't listen to conference calls. There's a lot of information people can get out of those two things in general. Like there's tidbits people like you'll find tidbits of information there that can like give you an edge over any other investor and like let you know like this stock is going to go down or it's going to go back up.
Right.
Sometimes they tell you like what they're planning to do in the future. The earnings guidance, like that's a big thing. Guidance, if guidance is down, stock's going to go down regardless. They beat that quarter's earnings because everything's forward looking, so you kind of have to project everything forward. And
Yeah,
if guidance, sorry,
wasn't with Tesla. They had the issue of like the solar panels and everything as well, like being down. Like you were talking about this with me earlier.
I actually saw. Well, I thought it was pretty good that they expanded their energy storage and solar deployment was actually up, which I saw
Okay.
a piece of good news rather than
Mm.
bad news. But I think with Tesla, what happened was like expectations were so high because retail
Mhm.
investors chased it that they expected them to beat on both bottom and top line earnings, but they missed. So I think that just sold off. But I think over time it's gonna probably sell off even more a bit and then get bought back up. With Visa and North Group, or no, sorry, Eli Lilly, North Group. Um, Visa puts didn't probably don't go down because people are projecting that if with the vaccines coming out, we're gonna have more of a reopening economy. So over the next 2 quarters, we're probably gonna see more transactions take place, more spending, people going back to their normal lives, hopefully. So I think people are more optimistic. And I don't know, I haven't paid attention to these companies' earnings call. AMD, those puts probably didn't print because right now we're in a crypto frenzy. So we have demand coming from the crypto side as well as the new sort of streaming and gaming generation. Like there's demand for a lot of chips right now, and AMD is taking market share from Intel. So those puts probably didn't work out. North Group probably printed because I know they talked about their defense budget staying flat or not really changing that much. So their earnings over the next couple quarters are probably not going to print. I'm not too sure about Eli Lilly, but yeah, I think it has to do with a lot of things were already priced in. Expectations were already high. If earnings aren't meeting those expectations, they're going to tank. If guidance is down, they're going to tank. The only possible way I see like call options printing from now on is if they beat earnings, guidance is higher than expected on Wall Street, and it's just like a blowout quarter. You know what I mean? Like maybe Snapchat might do well. I feel like people are underestimating the ad revenue business there, but we'll see. I don't know. I haven't really. I don't know.
I really thought Facebook this week was going to kill it, especially with this Oculus stuff, and even Apple starting to get into the Oculus realm. I thought that was like a good indication to say like Facebook is just murdering it and just has massive revenue in that area. But yeah, I was completely wrong on that. I had a call option on it, but I still ended up profiting a little bit, so it was good.
Yeah, I think that had to do with the Apple update. They talked on
Mm-hmm.
their conference call about like how Apple is going to be their biggest competitor and like how the update is going to affect their future cash flows with their ad
Mm-hmm.
business. So I think that's what investors like probably took away from that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of people are just chasing YouTube videos and not actually doing their due diligence. But that's my experience. That's just my experience. That's what I learned from a lot of pain I felt when I was first starting off.
I mean, if you're a new investor now, I mean, if you're a YouTuber now's the best time to grow your brand because you're gonna have all these just typing in, how do I make a stock go up? What can I make
All
a
you
stock
see
go
is
up?
the next Tesla stock, the next 2x stock, the next 5x stock. I'm just like, chill, bro, chill.
With no real growth values. But yeah, so we won't have another earnings week like we did this week for a while. It'll just be one big giant here and there until Q2. But that was I think something that was kind of swept under the rug of GameStop and AMC this week. But that's definitely something to keep an eye on next quarter. So everything that happened this week, what do we think is going to happen next week?
More people are definitely. I could see Dogecoin having a massive move to 15 cents. There's a possibility, especially if these TikTokers, social media influencers, whatever, get inside the public's head and says all that. I already know people like Jake Paul are hyping it up. Elon Musk is hyping it up. It's his own crypto right there. And I think GME continues its run up. Like he said, GME to 700 by next week. So we'll have to see what happens with AMC. I don't know. I didn't want to buy an AMC, but I don't think AMC is going to have a massive run up. And with the whole Robinhood just restricting trades to like one trade from like other things, I could see a lot of low volume on the stock market from here on out.
Yeah, I was thinking now would be kind of a more cautious time to put your money in the market because the talks of regulation just keeps going up. It just keeps going up. Earlier in the week, this was one of the craziest things I read, but the Massachusetts guy, he works for some legislation in Massachusetts, and he has some connection to the New York Stock Exchange, and he said they got to halt GameStop and AMC for 30 days. And I think there was actually talks of like that being a possibility. And I'm just like, with increased talks of regulation, you'd think that investors would be more cautious with how they're putting their money in the market. But this isn't just like regular investors. This is just like people just throwing things at the wall and hoping it sticks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking it's going to be a very cautionary week. Nothing's really happening. I mean, it's end of January, but man, I don't know.
It's definitely kind of scary for day traders out here. Long-term investors, they're probably just eating up all these dips left and right. But day traders, man, we scared, bro. We scared.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what to think, bro. Like at one end, I'm like, I have a feeling like with how much leverage there is, a small like sell off, like it'll cause a bigger sell off with margin calls. But then again, like if we do get the stimulus, where does all that money go? You know what I mean? It goes straight to the
AMC.
markets. It goes. Some people will spend it on Amazon. Some people spend it on Square. Some people spend it on random stuff. Some people gamble it. So it's kind of like I think you got to be really picky with the stocks you choose to invest in or trade. You just kind of got to ask yourself like, where is that money gonna go? Where you just follow the money. That's it.
Yeah, but the issue is with the stimulus talks, it seems like it's they're still arguing about a lot of things because even though there's a full sweep in the Democrats everywhere, they're still complaining about like, oh, where does this why should we give people 2,000? Why can't we just give them $1,400? Some people are arguing about just like PPP loans, all this other stuff. So it seems like Democrats are still divided, even though like they have everything that they need.
Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer, yeah.
There's not that much
Yeah.
to look forward to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Those I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there's threats of congressmen trying to kill congressmen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm just like,
read that article at the gym. I was like, what's going on?
I'm like, they're bringing guns to Congress. Like,
Oh,
it's got to be a bad time to be a security guard at the Capitol right now.
Definitely.
That's not a very popular job at this point. And then COVID is still something that actually, I think for one of the first few weeks was this past week, was one of the first few weeks where you could turn on your TV and you won't see like COVID on the news 24/7. It was just, I guess, thank GameStop and AMC for that. But now we got super COVID in South Carolina right now.
Biden says we're going to have the worst, the deadliest month or something coming soon, with like expecting of 100,000 dead Americans. It's going to be a rough time for some people.
Yeah.
And the question is, like, is he going to impose a lockdown? Because that's always been the talk. So, like, I know Governor Hogan, he's faced a lot of backlash for this, but he was talking about opening up schools and doing like a hybrid system, like in mid-March. And people were just like, how could you do that? You know, people are not even taking the vaccine. People are not doing this. But like, it seems like I'm seeing governors across like the nation kind of taking this like same stance to say like, let's open up. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, I don't know if Biden would do a lockdown, but like, how is that going to affect the market if like he does a lockdown?
It's not going to be good, because I think something that people also forget is like, this was the worst trading week since October. The Dow kept sliding down and down and down and down and down. And if we continue on that trend, we'll be back right under 29,000 in no time. And then, if history has taught us anything, this time last year was when nobody was taking Wuhan seriously. COVID. I don't know when I first heard Wuhan, bro. I was like, yeah, Wu-Tang. The Wu-Tang virus.
Jeez.
It's not a joke. Not a joke anymore. But
yeah.
I think
Buy UVXY.
I bought some. Awesome. Just in case, just a little hedge.
Yeah, just in case the market crashes again.
I don't think people are like used to seeing the market go down, bro. I don't know. They just used to seeing go up. So it's kind of like, what happens with their psychology if it goes down? Like, what do? Start panicking? Nah, I don't know. Shit.
There's gonna be tears, bro.
That's fine.
What?
You got anything?
I was never mind. Nah.
You said Dogecoin? I heard that. Did you say Dogecoin?
Yeah,
You said Dogecoin.
I want to say, I mean, I was about don't get Dogecoin. I feel like based on my source, because I'm talking to this guy that actually be like, he's a full-time crypto trader basically. So he said don't buy Dogecoin. So that's my advice. We might say go down, but I don't know. He might be wrong.
Is there anything that he did recommend buy as far as cryptos go?
Probably Bitcoin and Ethereum if I had to guess, but we'll see.
Ripple. What is
Ripple?
Right into next week, I'm looking forward to trading SRNE, VX, RT, TDAC, and MDT.
And your FUBO.
Yeah, FUBO, I would definitely say buy. Because I bought some call option 2 days ago. So I'm looking forward to adding more position if it goes down, but FUBO is a good position. You got to think about the Super Bowl is coming up. I also say buy DraftKings because Super Bowl is coming up. People are going to be betting on who's going to win the Super Bowl.
There's a 2.5 million bet right now.
There you go. So main reason why you should buy DraftKings, you can buy the call option or you can buy some shares. Main reason why you should buy FUBO. So far, that's it for.
Go Bucks.
What about what?
Go Bucks.
No, but Chiefs. I'm a Chiefs fan, and we about to win the Super Bowl.
We'll have to see.
Man, if the Chiefs win, I'm out for $150. So I'm a Bucks fan. Thanks for tuning in with us. This is the first of many, and we've came a long way in about a year or so. We're just gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep trading. We're gonna keep giving back to the community, and we're gonna keep helping each other out. So, closing out for tonight. This is AMI. Thank you.
Of course.